Protesters in Baghdad have all now pulled back from the US embassy after earlier attacking the compound for the second day running. The crowd, supporters of an Iranian-backed militia, lit fires on the perimeter wall, angry about US airstrikes that had killed 25 members of the militia. Jonathan Josephs reports.
The bitter struggle between the US and Iran has again been playing out on the streets of Iraq. A sizable crowd of protesters and Iranian-backed militias set fire to the perimeter of the American embassy in Baghdad for a second day. But US troops have used tear gas and stun grenades to force them back. Just some of the thousands of troops it has in the country.
This is not the first time the US have hit us. We'll never move from here. I swear on God and on my life, until they leave here.
We are holding a sit-in for the souls of our martyrs until the departure of the American occupiers.
Iraq's military says the protesters have now withdrawn and that its forces have completely secured the embassy's perimeter. That will be welcomed by President Trump, who has urged the Iraqi government to take a tough line. Nonetheless, around 750 additional soldiers have been deployed to the region, and despite reinforcements being sent in, the US Embassy has suspended all public consular operations. Amid his New Year's celebrations, President Trump warned he wouldn't allow a repeat of the 2012 storming of the US consulate in the Libyan city of Benghazi, where 4 Americans were killed.
The Marines came in, we had some great warriors come in and do a fantastic job, and they were there instantaneously as soon as we heard. I use the word immediately. They came immediately, and it's in great shape. As you know, this will not be a Benghazi. Benghazi should never have happened.
President Trump blames Iran for the death of an American contractor at an Iraqi military base last week. He responded with these airstrikes against the Iranian-backed militia Khatib Hezbollah at the weekend. 25 people were killed. That's drawn strong condemnation from Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who said President Trump's threats were hollow.
If the Islamic Republic decides to challenge and fight a country, it will do so unequivocally. We are strongly committed to our country's interest and our peace. We are strongly committed to the dignity of our country.
These protests come amid a US-Iran relationship that has deteriorated since Washington pulled out of the nuclear weapons deal in 2018. And all the while, Iraq finds itself stuck in the middle, trying to help the US see off the so-called Islamic State group, but at the same time trying to protect its relationship with neighbouring Iran. Jonathan Josephs, BBC News.
Well, Rana Ranimpour from the BBC's Persian service explains just how influential the demonstration has been for the Iranian-backed militia and the implications it has for the United States.
If, as the Americans say, they are close to Iran and they were there because Iran asked them to, it was a show of strength. And I think that it was a message to the United States that Iran is capable of mobilizing its supporters in Iraq, and that the American embassy is within reach and they can potentially pose a danger to American interests. It's very difficult to get anywhere near where the protesters got. So many believe that there was some kind of a green light on behalf of the Iraqi government, because they felt embarrassed by the attacks that happened on Sunday. The Americans attacked 5 regions, some in Iraq, some in Syria, which they all belong to a militia that is close to Iran. And without any permission from the Iraqi government. In fact, they asked President Trump not to go ahead with the attacks, but the Americans did go ahead with the attacks. So it was an embarrassment, a national embarrassment for the Iraqi government. And many analysts believe that they gave a green light to the protesters just to show the Americans that these protesters can get close to the embassy.